A good and blessed day to everyone. Today, I will be sharing my presentation of our project, which is The Great Pretender, Fact or Fictional. So, the chosen article that I have taken interest in was an article titled 2020 Discovery Researchers Find New Organs in Human Body. Is this fact or bluff? Now, this article was published on October 20, 2020, on a science website. Here we have an embedded link to it. Now, from this title, we do get a little skeptical since it seems pretty misleading and, well, bizarre. New organs, and haven't we mapped out the whole body and each and every part of it? How come we're only discovering a new organs now? So let's skim through it. So I've actually already digested and paraphrased it, so I can explain it all better to you. The author of this article, the author of this article claims that a group of Dutch researchers from the Netherlands have discovered a new pair of salivary glands located in our heads, most specifically the nasopharyngeal area. This, according to a study published recently last 2020 in the journal Radiotherapy and Oncology. If this were true, this discovery may be a development that would mark the first discovery of a new human organ in nearly 3 centuries, or 300 years. Furthermore, according to the article, the new glands are situated in the nasopharyngeal area, which is below the nose and above the throat, and they measure around 1.5 inches in length. According to researchers at the Netherlands Cancer Institute in Amsterdam, circulating these glands in irradiation can help patients with head and neck cancer have less difficulty swallowing and after a radiation therapy. Here are some graphic images that depict these new organs. We can see how we can visualize where it is. It's like previously mentioned, it is in the nasopharyngeal area. Now, of course, I had to debunk and dig deeper about this. I went on looking for resources to prove that I do believe that this article is true. So I did find the original published study or the journal article. It is published in the Green Journal of Radiotherapy and Oncology. Here is the This is the journal article, and this is the article itself. It's actually pretty popular, and it's been cited multiple times. So it is pretty relevant since it's published, and every published journal article have has should have been thoroughly checked and approved. Moving on. Moving on. So now, the biggest question in our heads right now is how did they discover it? So basically, the researchers were scanning patients with urethral or prostate cancer and looked at scans from a machine that can visualize tissues in great detail and dissected tissue from two cadavers for the study. So uh, the study actually has 100 patients or subjects, and because it's prostate cancer, there were 99 males and one female. The presence of previously unnoticed bilateral macroscopic salivary gland locations in the human nasopharynx was suspected after visualization by the PSMA PET or CT or the positron emission tomography or the computed tomography with prostate specific membrane antigen ligands. To sum it up, if you guys are unaware, the prostate is a part of the male reproductive system. Uh, the pros, uh, so they were scanning these patients who have cancer, and they visualize the these they visualize the salivary glands after scanning them. So their results show that all 100 patients demonstrated a demarcated bilateral PSMA positive area. So now you may be wondering, why are they only discovering this now? It's been 300 years. Why are we only discovering this at this age or this era? Well, there are several factors that were discussed in this study. The occurrence of acinar cell groups in the nasopharynx has been reported, but in a spread out pattern in a large region instead of localized tissue in an organized clustered glandular structure. The newly detected tubercle glands involve flat submucosal glandular structures at a poorly accessible anatomical location under the skull base, an area that can only be visualized using nasal endoscopy. And also, the macroscopically visible excretory duct openings may have been noticed, but they have not been interpreted as a part of a larger gland. Conventional imaging modalities such as ultrasound, CT scan, and MRI scan have never allowed visualization of the submucosal structure and interpretation as a salivary gland, although an indication of its presence may have been visible in various prior functional imaging modalities upon retrospective evaluation. To conclude, the human body contains a pair of previously overlooked and clinically relevant macroscopic salivary gland locations, for which the researchers proposed the name tubercle glands. Sparing these glands in patients receiving RT may provide an opportunity to improve their quality of life. Now, of course, like every other study, it comes with strengths and limitations. Their findings were supported with strong evidence and thorough research. The discovery truly does indicate that sparing these tubercle glands can provide an opportunity to prevent side effects from radiotherapy and better maintain patients' quality of life. However, in my perspective, this study does have some limitations, including its small population and lack of diversity, and the imaging techniques used by the researchers are tailored to identify tumorous growths in a specific patient population. Like previously mentioned, these are cancer patients, so it is a specific patient population. Alright, thank you for listening. I hope I have provided enough evidence to support this claim. Have a good day, and God bless.